Hello there, I'm the Biblical Translator, and today I'm not reading from the Bible, I'm just explaining an experience I felt this morning. And every now and then, I just have a little conversation with God, and I just telling Him how I'm feeling and how grateful I am for life and where I am. And as I was praying this morning, I said that I was thanking Him for shielding me, for protecting me, for covering me, for keeping me safe, acknowledging that He's a miracle worker and He can turn things around. And as I was saying that, I was thinking about when I was saying that you are my father, you are my brother, you are everything, and you hold me and you protect me. And then I suddenly realized that sometimes because God cannot comfort you in the physical form, what He does is that He sends His angels or His guardian angels or just ordinary people to serve that purpose. Sometimes we do not realize who those individuals are. Sometimes we even reject them because of the way they look, because of our own biases and prejudices, and just because we're in that state of mind that cannot accept miracles, cannot accept goodness, cannot accept genuine people, cannot accept sincerity. There's a lot of people in this world who are given the privilege of interacting with children of God, and they are in your life, whether that, like they say, for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. But they're there because God cannot physically be there with you and for you. But if you're not open to that gift that God has shared with you, or offered to you, whether it's temporarily or permanent, you will not have what you are expecting from God. Because when God says love your neighbor as you love yourself, and He wants you to love Him, He's telling you to love people, to love those who are around you. Because when you love the people who are around you, you are loving God, and you are opening up yourself to love. And you're opening up yourself to what God has prepared for you and what God wants to give you. If you're closed, if you're apprehensive, I'm not saying that you go into these relationships blindly or you talk to anybody willy-nilly. There's always the spirit of discernment, and if you're a God-filled person, you will naturally have that spirit of discernment. One sec. You will naturally have that spirit of discernment. So, but there are people who say they're children of God and they're not ready yet. And I say they're not ready yet. They believe that they have that spirit, but they haven't been burnt sufficiently. Like a diamond, you have to really go through a process in order to come out refined. And some people, they take on the title of children of God prematurely when they're not ready yet. They don't have sufficient faith. They're full of fear. They're full of anxiety. They're full of spiritual pompousness. And they just feel as though they have arrived. Now, when you're thinking about children of God, they shouldn't, well, not should or shouldn't, there's no right or wrong here, but you would expect a child of God, to exercise humility, to come somehow slip under the radar, to somehow fill you with awe because you never expected that of that person. But when you find people who are always boasting in themselves and saying that they are the be all and the end all, you have to ask yourself, is this a child of God? So all I'm saying is that sometimes that person that you thought couldn't help you or had no vision and had no purpose in your life, that person could have been sent by God, but you have dismissed him or her. And so it's about watching and observing and being aware of how people behave, not only to you and while they're in public with you, but how do they treat others? How do they behave in different scenarios? And that is what you need to look at, how people behave in different scenarios, whether those people are consistent, whether those people are focused, whether those people have a genuine caring attitude, and whether those people could actually temporarily replace God and give you what you need in that moment. So I'm not really going to go on too much about this, because really this is just about opening up your eyes, opening up your heart to what God is offering you and seeing beyond your eyes to what is in your heart, to your spirit, to the gifts that God has given you that can identify incidences, circumstances, situations, and people who can lead you to where you need to go. If you're conceited, you won't take advice. If you're arrogant, you're not going to take feedback. So it is about humility first of all, and people disguise humility. People think humility is just, cowering and not saying much. But humility is about being able to accept instructions. It's about being able to take orders without bitterness and without arrogance. Humility is a quality that not many of us have, because it really takes putting yourself on the back seat and saying, this person is telling me what to do. This person is behaving as though they're better than me, and not feeling that you have to prove that you are better than them. You know your qualities and you know who you are. But it's not about wanting to fight that person to prove that you are who you say you are. And that's true humility, being able to take those kind of incidences and circumstances and being able within yourself to say, I know who I am. I have nothing to prove. God is my Father and I am his child. No one can touch me. And it's about looking for those people who will be instrumental in your evolvement, in your development, who can guide you and protect you in human form until God comes for you. And that's all I've got to say for now. Bye-bye.